Hi there. Before I start my next video, I want to send a special thanks to a fellow YouTuber in Norway who just sent me $50 to contribute to my videos so that I can continue doing this. I don't solicit donations, but I do accept them, so thanks again. Today I'm working on a small Honda water pump, and the motor is a WX45. It's a 4-stroke motor. Now the guy says it won't start, and I know why. There's no compression whatsoever. The plug's in. A baby could pull this over. There's just no compression whatsoever. So usually the first thing you do when you get a problem like this with a small 4-stroke motor that is overhead valve is you would proceed to remove the valve cover and see if the valve adjustment is still okay. So to do this, you're going to need a 10mm socket wrench, and I'm going to remove the fuel tank first. There's 2 bolts right here. One's here and the other is over here. Now the tank's going to come off like that, but first make sure you've got the fuel valve off, and now just remove the fuel line. When you remove the fuel line from the carb, it may leak, so just insert a round pointy pick like this to plug the line, just like that, and now pull it out. So now as you can see, it's an overhead valve engine. I'm just going to remove the 4 8mm bolts right here. Now your valve cover is going to come off. If it's stuck on there, just pry it on the edge. Just to try to save the gasket. There's no gasket, it's just RTV silicone. Next you'll need to remove the spark plug. I'm also going to remove the recoil so that I can access the crankshaft and turn it whichever way I want. Didn't notice, but on this one, I've never seen this before, the valve is actually missing from there. You can see the stem's gone and it's come back through right through the head. That's unbelievable. I've seen the valves break off and go inside the cylinder, but I've never seen them come back through the head. So I'm going to do a complete teardown, I guess, and show the guy what's going on. No wonder it had no compression. Just going to take this cover off. So here's the flywheel, ignition module. See if I can get that spring out. So there it is, it's missing. There's a better view of it. It's jammed right in there. Kind of surprised for a Honda engine that this would happen. Now I've just realized before I take that cover off, I better drain the oil out, and it's a 12mm bolt over here. So here's how it's set up in there. You've got your camshaft right here, which is made of plastic. And take that off. Here are the valve lifters. The little push rod goes right through over here and hits the bottom over here. So that all looks good here. So now I'm going to take the flywheel off. I've got the nut off while I had the rope in the cylinder. That's loose. Now to get the flywheel off, I'm just going to use my air chisel and put a little bit of pressure with the flat screwdriver behind the flywheel. Just keep the PSI on your jackhammer a bit low when you do this. So at first look, everything looks fine. Now to get right in there, I'm going to have to remove the connecting rod here. There's two 8mm bolts. So now I'm going to remove the crankshaft. So send the piston up. So I managed to push in the piston and the rod a bit. Got the crankshaft off, which is still good. Piston looks good. So there's what it looks like. You can see that the valve is way off the hole there. Went out the head on an angle. And you can see the valve that went through there and right up the top, so it's pooched. Pretty well have to buy the whole block to fix that. So that's it for this engine. We'll see you in my next video.